Hi there. Hi, everybody. Hi, Isabel and Verpy and Ronald and Erica and Karen and Tim and Eric. Did you like our little dolphin video? That was us in the West Indies. And there was little Matthew as well with his flippers that you might like, all you Matthew fans. I really want to talk about. I've had a lot of experiences with dolphins, and they're not only just a symbol of love and peace and hope, but it really happens when you're swimming with them. That's why I took the kids to the West Indies when our family life was a bit up in the air. So we went to the water and we swam with dolphins. There's so many stories I want to share with you about it. Let me see and say hello before I say anything else. Hello from Stroud. Hi, Michelle. There's Ronald and Yvonne. Verpy saying hi to Isabel. Matthew's gig was really good, wasn't it? I'm really good. Really good. Chris and Beta. Michelle and Versi. I hope you liked that video. Maybe I should show it again. I can do that if you want. It was really interesting. I had started doing a healing course. Felt quite an amateur in a lot of ways. And when we went there was this long pier, as you can see, we're all sitting on it. But at lunch hour, we all had to go away. But this one wonderful man said, Ginger, you could stay during lunch if you like. And it was sunny. And so I sat on the pier and I closed my eyes and I started thinking, I wonder what would happen if I think of the dolphins coming and talking to me. So I closed my eyes and I visualized the dolphin coming and talking to me, though I didn't necessarily believe it was going to happen. But there it was suddenly, the sound of arr, 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 arr. And I opened my eyes and there were 2 baby dolphins there. And they were swirling around and kept talking to me. And I was just so overjoyed. And then the mom comes. And that same man said, Ginger, you can get in the water and swim with them if you like. Really? I can do that? So I said, okay, we'll put my courage hat on and went into the water, and the little guys were on either side of me. And then the mom came up and started pushing me a bit. So I'd dive. And after a while, I'd be coming up again, and she'd push me again and was like telling me to go down. But then after a while, I realized she was having me swim. Even though I was down, I had to swim with them. There was like this rhythm. It stayed with me for a very long time. It was so special. And then I had this dream that said, Ginger, you have to meet the Dalai Lama. And I thought, wow, I've always wanted to meet the Dalai Lama. And the next thing you know, I get an invitation in the post, I can't remember who from, that said, you're invited to have lunch with the Dalai Lama. Dreams come true, you know. But the interesting thing was, I mean, there was a long queue, lots of people. You didn't really get to sit down with him. Just to be in the energy was really special. So I found a place to sit down, and lo and behold, I met this elder man called Horace Dobbs. And he's was the founder and the president of International Dolphin Watch. So doors opened. We became really good friends, and he used to send his CDs of meditations in dolphin dream time for the kids and little books and stuff. It went on for years. He was a really special friend. And then he was doing a conference in, hang on, I've got it written down, the International Open University Conference of Science, Nature, and the Arts. So he asked me if I could bring Dolphina. So Dolphina is this sculpture I did of a dolphin, but more of an abstract one. And I've made a really lovely short video of the images of that and of Horace, and there are loads of stories that go with it. But let me show that to you, okay? Hang on a minute. Where are they? There they are. And I will transition that, then you can see and I can talk to you about it. So that's Horace and I at that conference I told you about. And the interesting thing was that he was worried about the number of people swimming with dolphins. People were trying to get on the bandwagon and take people out, and they didn't really know how to take care of a dolphin or how to relate to them. And I'll talk to you about Dilo just there. And so at that conference, he had made a special, what do you call it? Like a tent, but an environment you could go into. And all around are the images of dolphins. And you would be in a float tank. And you'd have your own dolphin experience. There'd be music and things like that. And he made it so that it was a, you were able to have that experience without actually having to go out. And it was portable. And you could take it to hospitals or anywhere as a healing thing. Really special. I don't know how it got on or not, but he also made Dilo, little storybooks that you can still get, and Dolphina is in one of them. She was the guardian on the edge of this special place. So let me look, see what you're saying. Yes, Matt was good yesterday. Yes, very good. He was really good on Wednesday too. Please do it. It's fantastic, Michelle is saying. It is really cute video. Hello, Ginger. I would like to buy your book, but I have no MasterCard. So how? Do you have PayPal? Because that works. Or we can do a bank transfer. If you send me a message on inquiries@gingerart.net, we can communicate about it. Burpee. Would love to swim with dolphins, even though I can't really swim. But if my feet would touch the bottom of the sea or pool, I don't know what they're doing these days. It's been a long time since I was in touch. Horace passed over, sadly, and I don't know how the IDW has been doing. Yeah, tragic experiences can sometimes code you. I had an experience where I was really frightened to go under. David and I were getting our PADI scuba diving certificate in Hawaii, I think it was. And I'm down there just swimming around. We had our teacher with us, and I'm just loving it, looking at all the fish and everything. And the next thing you know, our coach came and tapped on my shoulder and pointed me to look in another direction, and we went off and everything. And the next, when we got out of there, they said, "You were just about to go in a cave where there was a shark." Yeah, that was scary. It was a long time before I went in the water again. And it was, David and I were in Ceylon. And had been years since we had gone scuba diving. And so we found this, where were we? Gosh, anyway, there was a seaside or little place on the beach that these people were saying you could have a scuba diving and everything. We got all the equipment. But I said, "David, I don't remember very much. There's something wrong here." We didn't have a depth gauge. They would just, put the thing on and dive in. And David said, "Don't worry, everything will be fine." And so we jumped in, and the waves were stirring up. There was no visibility. I couldn't see David. I couldn't see the other people. I just panicked because all the equipment wasn't there. We should have had a run through, and we didn't. And so I got up and put my hand up above the water saying, "Help, help." And they pulled me out because it's heavy stuff, those air tanks. And it took Dave a little while to realize that I wasn't there. Yeah, that was my trauma. And it's taken me a long time to get over that. Hi, Torsten. I'm very well. I'm so happy you're here. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Matt. It wasn't a seal, it's a baby dolphin. Oh, children. I love his sense of humor to bits. Anyway, hi, Daniello. Oh, we've got someone from Chris from California. Hi. Franca, welcome, welcome. Michelle, on a different subject, can we have your help to involve IMO in this live chat, please? Haha. That is something we can talk about. Torsten, hello, Matt. Do you plan concerts in Germany when Corona is gone? Well, let's hope so. Alan, thank you for sharing your experiences with dolphins with your art. Adele, hello Ginger, from California. Love dolphins. They are beautiful, intelligent souls. I want to tell you about another story that happened to me in California. I was with Lily Cornford, the healer, elder healer of 80 at the time. I was learning mental color therapy, and she had a conference she was going to, so I went as her caretaker and everything. And because I wanted to do that trip for the kids in the West Indies the following Christmas, I met up with Elizabeth at the what's it called, the marina, a large type, every one of them has a different name. Anyway, she took me to meet some of the dolphins that were swimming in these pools. And they were lady dolphins. And I was, Lily couldn't stand for very long, so she sat watching. And this dolphin would come around, and it would stop just in front and be looking up at us. and Elizabeth would introduce me to her. So she'd swim away, and then she'd come back. And she stopped again, looking at me. And Elizabeth says, "You can touch her." So I went to touch her, and my hands started getting really warm in one particular spot. So I held it there, because for me, that was a sign that it needed some healing energy. And she waited and waited and waited. That was, wow, what that did for my self-confidence that day was incredible. And she'd swim around and swim around, kept coming back and stopping. So this went on for 3 days. The second day, I was at the pool with baby dolphins. And I was being trained to do a harmonic sound, which I'm not going to do today. I'm a bit out of practice now. But I was doing it there. I thought I'd experiment. And these baby dolphins stick their heads up, and they were coming out of the water, and they were cackling at me. And I'd stop, and they'd cackle again and cackle again. So I'd start again, and they'd be swooning and everything. It was awesome. When all these school kids came up, and they were standing next to me, listening to me making this sound, and the babies swirling like this and everything. And then they go, "Hey, Sam, she's making this sound," and they love it. And he starts making the worst sound ever. "Look, this is what she's doing." Oh, I thought, oh my God. Right? Okay, then there was the third day. Hi, Drew and Becky. The third day, she took me to the pool where it was the chaps, the male dolphins. They're huge. Absolutely huge. Not as approachable. They just swam around, and I knew they were looking at me. They were watching me and watching me. I was a little bit nervous. And suddenly this one really big dolphin comes up, stops, and is looking at me. And the energy in the room changed. It was it wasn't in a room. It was open air and everything, but my relationship with that dolphin shifted to my heart started to feel this warmth and everything, as though I was being loved the way that I always dreamt to be loved. Because even when you do healings with people, with human beings, there's so many different dimensions of who we are, and our blockages and our needs and the beauty. You have to be really respectful and honor wherever that human being is in their own evolution of consciousness. But Ginger Gilmour was given something really, really special that day. And with a dolphin. Burpee. It was a little scary, but yeah. But then we met up with Elizabeth in the at Christmas, near just coming up to Christmas, when they were out of school. Do you know, I'm going to show you that video again, because hi Mark, and because a lot of people haven't seen what I was going to put up. Hang on a minute, let me sort this out. It's going to say some stuff on it, like, no, I'll play the other one. Where are we? Let's hope it works. That should go up there. Bear with me. Is it gonna work? Yes, it's working. Here we are in the West Indies. There's a boy. He's a really good swimmer. And this was the first day that we were all sort of getting together. And the interesting thing about this place is that the dolphins are free to come and go. And they hang out, no problems. There was another day that we went out on a boat and swam with them too. But Horace Dobbs, he was in Dingle Bay in Ireland with his son, and that's when he met a dolphin. He was an engineer. He couldn't believe it. He was really scared at first. His son's going, "It's all right, Dad. It's all right." So he discovered that it heals. He spent a lot of time taking people to Dingle Bay. People with autism and all kinds of other problems. There's something about the healing energy. But it's gotten so out of hand, the fashion of swimming with a dolphin, as I said earlier, that we have to be more respectful for them and how we approach them. Ultimately, we need to heal ourselves. Yeah? Stephen Tanner from Pevensey Bay. Good evening, Ginger. Do you have any artworks that you would never wish to part with and would rather keep within the family? Yes, I do. I have one just behind me. Where are we? Just here, the Garden of Beauty. That one, I don't know if I'll ever let go of that except to make prints. Most of them, as I said last week, I told Alice when I was having my first exhibition, she cried, "Does an exhibition mean that your paintings are going to leave the house?" Ha! So it's I said, "Well, Al, I believe that I was given this gift to help humanity because a lot of humanity aren't very happy. And these paintings lift the spirit, touches the heart, so they know they're not alone. They know that there's something more inside, that no matter what's going on around, it doesn't change who you are." And I said, besides, if I didn't use it and I kept it just for me, I think it would be taken away and given to someone else because it's for the world. It isn't just for me. But I do get to keep a couple of them, and at the moment I get to live with them. And they need to fly at some point. So, Ginger, is your dolphin your spirit animal? Or if not, what would be your spirit animal? Well, I know that exists, and there was a period of time that I used the medicine cards a lot. That's all about animals. And interesting enough, the other night I had this huge dream about a bear, a baby bear, and a mommy bear. And I was walking home. I lived in the forest with a glade. And I came upon this baby bear. He wasn't really happy. So I was trying to communicate with the baby bear so it wouldn't be too upset when the mommy bear came along, and she was huge. And I looked her in the eyes and I was communicating to her that everything was okay and why not come to my house? And I was like scared to death and thinking, will this work? And when I get to the house, I'll just close the door, which I did. Interesting enough, I woke up and remembered that my totem animal was a bear. So I, in the morning, looked it up, and the bear energy is about introspection. So that was a bit awesome. Matthew, what are you talking about? Lol, I'm playing a war game with Mum's stream in the... You are what? He said, taking what she was saying out of context with the audio from my game. Said he thought I was watching a World War II documentary. Kids. Let me see what else you guys are... Any other questions we've got that we can talk about? Ginger has a calming voice. She should be a narrator of documentaries. Hi, Veronica. Yeah, people say that. That's I'm doing my audiobook excerpts for you. And that has me talking that you might like to listen to. Hi, Maro. Becky, wonderful, such serene creatures. They are. They give a lot. They show us what hope and peace really is. Yeah. But ultimately, for us to share, there's so much special stuff within us that we're, that dolphins are amazing. They don't destroy the environment that they live in. They care. And we've got so much more wisdom, all of us. We can create so much more beauty in the world. We have a ways to go. Yeah. Hi from Australia, Nadia. Thank you. I sound a bit like a Brit and a Midwestern. Well, after 46 years here, sometimes I can't even tell what's an American accent from whatever part of America I was from, or British on watching all the sitcoms and stuff like that. It just is what I hear. Juliet, hi. Do you believe our star signs have a bearing on things? Well, I know if you don't know who you are, you might learn something. But interesting enough, the elder Dr. Sharma, homeopath, that saved me many moons ago when we came back from the animals tour and I woke up paralyzed and said, Dave, I need to get a hold of this Dr. Sharma. He had me coming and reading a book on all the star signs, because he said, deep inside you, you know what your sign is. What you don't know is the holistic aspect of all the signs, because that's what life is. It's all here around us, and we specialize in one. A lot of people don't even know what that one is. And ultimately now for me, I just seek to find who I am, how I respond to things, and create and be happy. Joy. Passing on joy. Verpy. Do I see myself more as American or British? Well, honestly, I feel I'm a universal citizen. I hope that gives you an answer. It's like less and less am I identifying with any particular nationality or culture or belief system. I have my the things that I feel I'm working on the moment is creativity and beauty, and working with my own thoughts. It's there's probably a while ago, everyone was starting to talk about the positive and the negative thoughts and all. And I was big on that bandwagon. But I'm coming to realize, because some people say, well, you have to also integrate the dark side. And for a while I just wondered whether I was running away from the shadow. But actually the shadow is everything. And in fact, think the positive thoughts actually heals little by little, because we have so many habits in our brain, and we have so much more that we can experience. Hi, Tony. That's my sister. Hi, Lori. My sister says, universal citizen. I like that. Hey, is your American sister over here? You spent more time in Britain than you did in America. In your heart of hearts, you're American, but I believe that you support more than European way of life. Totally. Totally. I think it's to do with being human. Our cultures develop certain aspects within us, good and bad, and it's our challenge if we're born in one or the other. And even your family can set up certain belief systems and patterns and rule book and things. But I think humanity's coming to a new point of finding your own development, your own self, to then relate as a group in whatever culture you're in. Because every one of us, every culture has a really good point, and their challenges of what they're supposed to be developing and focusing on. So it's the evolution of hope and love and all that is, it's not something that you have to make, because it's actually inside every one of us. It's been clouded over. I saw a lecture once of Carolyn Myss, a long, long, long time ago, and she gave this example that we're all born with a lot of extension cords. And as we're growing up, few go into our family beliefs, and some go into our religious beliefs, if there are or not. Some go into the culture. And by the time you might awaken to the purpose of your soul, you might only have one plug left. So, I started since that lecture. You have to take out your plugs and put them into what you choose are the appropriate plug that your soul needs to live on the planet. So it's we're our own creators. We have the choice. So I always ask people, I ask myself, what's your choice? Every morning I'll wake up and say, I'm grateful. What's my choice today? And if some little cloud creeps in, I put in some sunshine on it. And the more that you do that, the more that your life will change generally. The sunshine will have more of a strength on your daily life than other things that you put in there. And then Horace used to say that the dolphin is so full of love and peace and care that when he take the people to swim in Dingle Bay and other places around the world, he could see the fear and the tension just dropping off. So after that experience, when I came back to England, when I go in my studio, it's like that's when Dolphina was made. And it was like I was riding on the back of a dolphin after she was finished. No. So, Lori, you're quite welcome. That's what I'm here for. I think we have to all share that. Because joy is in our nature. We're born with it. It's just other stuff we're taught or have happened. And that's a gift in a funny way. Because it's your way to not be dominated by whatever happens on the external side of your life. To discover the love that's in you for yourself. I was asked once, every day, can you look in the mirror and say, eye to eye, I love you, Ginger? So I ask you, can you do that? We have someone from Brazil. Hi, Charles. Hola. Lori, are you going to say I love you? Maybe you do already. We'll see. I'm trying to think, what else can I tell you? I know that when we were in that West Indian experience, I will come back to that story just a minute. Someone called Aura. Hello from Seattle. You are such an inspiration, beautiful person. I would like to take this opportunity, since you have the platform that can make a difference in this matter. Since you were talking about dolphins, they don't want to serve humans. Ooh, hang on a minute. For any purpose, but just deserve to be wild and free, as they're almost intelligent sentient beings, wild and free as you and me. Yes, but it's interesting that if you come to them, they do serve, just in their radiance. They serve the world, they serve life by being the energy that they are. And I don't know if human beings are very free. We think that that's what we want, but I think there's something about being free that we get confused about. There is a responsibility to care for yourself first, and your neighbor, and the earth. So Isabel, gratitude to live is a good way to start the day. I like to put some music and dance in the kitchen while making coffee, and that puts me in a good mood, and my dog joins in. That's wonderful. So, Lori says yes, unconditionally. Burpee, you will, because you're already love inside. We just have to clear away the program that says that you're not. Gosh, I remember I had a series that I was looking at some old photographs of me with my kids and stuff early on with Dave. Stunning I was. I was like, but I remember not thinking I was. It's really interesting. I had to work really hard at having confidence. Sometimes I just wish that I had. But anyway, it got me to where I am now, and so I don't begrudge that. But it's like, whoa, gosh, girl. Juliet says, in terms of finding joy, should we look back to when we were children, when there were no inhibitions or external influences? Did we have more of a sense of freedom back then, maybe. Hey, Miv. She says she used to leave messages on my answer machine. I'd have forgotten them when I got home and pressed play, so was surprised when I heard my voice telling me, "Hey, gal, you did all right today." I know, but Julia, it's like, I don't know if we look back and reflect. I have come to the point that I like to work on now and to see and feel, have the now just full of good thoughts and plans, and it's still trying some days, but how could the volume be down, Stefan? Because I've got this really great mic. Didn't think we're down. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Erin's friend Nicole from Santa Barbara. She loves my artwork, and the angels are breathtaking. Everybody, if you don't know, I've got a website, which is www.gingergilmour.co.uk. You can see more. I've got art classes that will share, taking you through the process of what I learned with Cecil Collins about tuning in to our creative spirit and creating a form that represents that. You have 5 lessons, and then you have a Zoom that's part of that. You can go on to my shop, .gingergilmour.co.uk, to check out more about what that is, or ask it at inquiries.gingergilmourart.net. No, it's gingerart.net. Boy, there's so many things to remember. So let's say that again. It's inquiries at gingerart.net. Hi, Eric Dubois. I know. Maybe you can feel it. I think you can feel it. We have Julia from New York City. It's so wonderful having all of these new people. Nice, Eddie Van Halen. Stefan's going to say goodbye. Is that because you can't hear? So sorry. Don't know why. But I'll check it out with my son. It should all be okay. Anyway, you never know. I think we're doing okay this week. Maybe you'd like to see some images of my artwork, because we have a few minutes left. I'll find it. There we are. But it says live in the moment, so we are live. Bear with me. Transition. So, do you know what? We have 10 minutes left. Andy, hi. Friend asked, what, if any, connection, inspiration with Dark Side of the Moon by Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata? Whoa. Bright Side of the Moon had an inspiration to that in my book, when I was writing my book. Very beautiful. I don't know, I think that if you're connected to that space, all great masterpieces come from that space. And it's filtered down through the difference of a particular person. I can't say that that had anything to do with Dark Side of the Moon, except hopefully that we're living and creating from that place. Thank you, Andy. He's sharing it again. To Daisy and the Dark. Hiya, sense you will deeply resonate with grace flowing through Ginger Gilmour. Hopefully, they will see it within themselves. I hope just to create an environment where that can happen. So, Pietro DeMarco from Italy. Hi, Ginger. We can't wait for everything to go back to the way it was before, maybe to go to concerts. Congratulations on your works, and you are great. Thank you. You know, I think this time is really a time of introspection. That, I don't know about you, but it's gone on so long that I started to think, what was it that, why did I go out there? What was it that I wanted to do? And I have to be with myself. It's, I know that's what we have to do. We have to clean in front of our doorsteps and take responsibility for ourselves, and then, wow, watch what we'll do with creating a world. It's giving us a lot of time to contemplate that. At least that's my viewpoint. And Massimiliano. Hi, Ginger. I love very much a piece by Dear David in Mahalis. It makes me travel in the beauty of all creation. Do you like to make a work of this? Well, I observed that happening. I was part of the energetic, creative aspect. And you know, I listen to my guides. I want what's born through me, perhaps from the same place. It just happens. I never know what's going to happen. I've been trained not necessarily to think about what I'm going to do. It's so I'm free to not copy or interpret, but I've had my moments. I love the Pre-Raphaelites and Redon and Giacometti. I've had people that inspired me, Nicholas Roerich, but they're like the foundational, the mountain that I fly from, daring to be what I'm supposed to create. So, Julia, I saw a crystal today called Celestite, which is used in Reiki healing. Do you use crystals? I used to. I have a few around the house. And it's they do work. They're all part of the oneness. Really depends on where you are meant to focus your energy. We need tools. I use my meditation to do that, but I drift into relationships with my paints, with the inner intuition, mainly believing in myself that I can create. I'm here for a purpose, even if I'm in my own little bubble here. That energy goes out. I give absent healings and help people that way if I can't actually do hands-on. And I help them with my artwork, and the more and more I can do that, the better it'll be for me and for the world. So, do you know what? We've got 5 minutes. Let me look. Yvonne, so very beautiful paintings. I love the one with the man that carries a feet. Oh, yeah, that's a story. Maybe next week I'll tell the story behind that one. Erin says she loves that one too. It's called The Last Angel. Yeah. Becky, lots of angels in heaven type depictions in your art. Is it reflecting your journey to heaven? Well, I think that we all need to bring heaven to earth. Touch the heaven in you, then create a form that's visible, that reflects heaven. That's what that whole saying's about. Heaven on earth. Yeah. My journey is about discovering the heaven in me, then creating it on earth. Even if it's the way I walk down the street or cook my food or call my friends, hopefully heaven, I walk with it before me and within me. You're welcome, Robert. And do you know what? We've got 3 minutes. So, just remember, bring some friends, because we're all creating this etheric web of love and hope around the planet. And have a really good week. And check out my audio on patreon.com/Ginger Gilmour. And there's my book, of course, and also my art classes. So we can be unified in all kinds of ways. And then there's this live too. So, so long. And we will see you next week. Have a good week. I love you to bits. Thank you for coming. And I thank my son for helping me every week. I'll see you soon. Probably on Wednesday on his live on YouTube. So long. Have a really good day and a good week. Bye. I'll get there. Here we go.